introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what was going on to begin with that made it so you wanted to seek out hypnosis.
Well, my name is Aaron. Approximately, I would say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, I came down with COVID, and I wasn't able to smell anything. Basically, I could eat anything I wanted to. I didn't have any any taste whatsoever. Well, when my taste came back, I experienced several symptoms. I was not able to eat onions or garlic. It tasted vile to me. It tasted like rotten meat. It smelled like human decomposition. I couldn't stand to the thought of eating it anymore. I thought I was doomed. I thought this was the end. I just could not. I could not stand it. I was embarrassed to go out to restaurants. I
Mm.
would constantly send food back. I was on some stronger antidepressant medications
Mhm.
because I was so depressed. I was so embarrassed. And anyway, one day about 3 weeks ago, I said, this is it. I am sick and tired of this. I've tried everything in the book, and my only hope is hypnosis. So I called Dr. Larry Volts and I said, You're my last hope, and I need your help. And I explained to him to my problem about onions and garlic, which is in most breading, spices, anything. I was so hypersensitive to anything that had those um, uh, uh, ingredients in there that were not listed on the package or were not listed in the restaurant. I had to have my meat cooked on a piece of foil so it wouldn't be cross contaminated. I was that hypersensitive to garlic and onions. Larry put me under hypnosis, and after I woke up from hypnosis, I put my nose to some garlic. It still tasted or smelled vile, but whenever I kept my nose to it, um, for about 4 or 5 minutes while I was on Zoom with him, and it became tolerable. And I kept replaying the hypnosis video that he was when he put me under. I would actually fall asleep with this on, so I would get those messages. And anyway, yesterday my dad said I'm going to make beefy mac, which is like spaghetti with macaroni and cheese. And the garlic, when he fried it, smelled so incredibly good. I was absolutely shocked. I ate a plateful of this stuff and enjoyed every last bit of it.
That's fantastic.
And now this evening, I am going to go out and I am going to the nicest restaurant that I can go to. And I am going to have garlic bread. I'm going to have pizza. I'm going to have spaghetti. And by the time I get through, I might weigh 300 pounds. I am so impressed. You would not believe how wonderful and how liberating this was. And I did not think that it would work for me. In fact, I called Larry up at one day before all this and I said, This is not for me. I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to, um, this is just not going to work for me. And so I called him back a day later and I said, You know what? You're my last hope. We'll do this. So we did this. We got it taken care of. And anybody that suffers from parosmia that has went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, it hasn't worked. They told you that there's no hope for you. that it would be 5 to 6 years before your smell and taste would come back. If an ear, nose, and throat doctor tells you there's no hope, and let me regress, they're not liars. They are good doctors, very good doctors. But when they tell you that there is no hope, there is hope. And there is a thing called hypnosis. And Larry Volts is a godsend to me. And I thank God every day. I have been thanking God throughout the day today and yesterday of what a blessing Larry Volts was for me. Now, let me tell you this. I am a nationally certified paramedic. And yes, I do believe in medication. I do. And like I said, again, the doctors are not liars, but they do not have the knowledge of how powerful that hypnosis can be. And let me also say this. A lot of doctors that I have went to, in fact, there's this one Christian doctor that I went to that swore up and down that this is witchcraft. It is,
Sorry.
it is not witchcraft. This is, I'm serious, Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Serious, honest to goodness. I had one doctor to tell me this is witchcraft, and it is not. It is a retraining of the brain. When I went to that ear, nose, and throat doctor, they told me to smell lemon, cloves, rose oil, and retrain the brain that way. And it would take 6 months to a year, and maybe it might work, and maybe it might not. So, yes, doctors know what they're talking about. Yes, they are ignorant on some situations like hypnosis. They will never tell you to go to a hypnosis therapist. But my point is, and to sum it all up, hypnosis does work for some people that are able to be put under. If you are under the impression it's not going to work, it's not going to work. If you're under the impression it might work, it will work. And I suggest people go to Larry Volts to help them out with this. And it was just not a one-time deal. He actually recorded our session, and I slept with it on overnight and several times during the day. And each time I listened to it, the better the smell got. And I praise God Almighty that this was my answer to my prayer. And once again, thank you so much, Larry, for everything that you've done for me. Words cannot explain, and it was worth every last penny. Thank you very much.
Oh, Aaron, I'm so glad. I really thank you for your kind words, man. Really, you were a delight to work with, and I'm really, really delighted that it worked so well. This was an experiment. For those listening,
it was an
watching, yeah, we didn't know if it was going to work. I had, and theoretically, it seemed like it would, because I know you think about, there's such an emotional connection in the unconscious with foods. So theoretically, it made sense that it would work, but we didn't know till we tried it, and damned if it didn't work the first time. That was fantastic. What a great.
Once again, I want to reiterate this, Larry. The doctor that I went to, he just said, there's no hope for you.
People don't think about hypnosis. They probably never occurred to them, and there's no research that shows it for this, but we're going to change that. We're going to get this word out.
But let me tell you this, like I said, ear, nose, and throat doctors, they know what they're talking about, but they are uneducated in the power of hypnosis. And if more doctors would tell you this, if it's your last hope, this would be so much better, so much better. And I hope that there are ear, nose, throat doctors out there that would listen to this and would recommend this to their patients.
So exciting, man. Really, thank you again for doing this.
Oh gosh, it was a success. Thank God.
I'm so delighted, man. I really am.
All right, it was such a pleasure to talk to you again.
Oh, me too, man. Let's definitely keep in touch, and I'll let you know how things go as far as getting the word out and that sort of thing. And I'll get you send you the video when it's done. And again, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. I was really delighted that you had a good result there.
Man, I think I'm more delighted than you are.
All right, man. Enjoy your garlic bread and pig out. And if you actually do gain 300 pounds, let me know. Help people with weight loss.